Yeah, let's see if this works and does anything besides shine off the top of my fucking head. So, to be people, take these off to reflect in the TV. Uh, truck's fixed. That was an adventure and a fucking half. Truck's home, it's fixed, it runs. I haven't taken it for a long drive yet to see if I fixed it, but I think it's fixed. So I started off Tuesday to go over and help my nephew do tune up and fuel filter on his Tacoma truck. Oh, and to take him an oil filter wrench. And truck started making all sorts of bad noise on the way out there. I thought it was a wheel bearing. Took it apart the first night there. I thought it was the left front. Nah, that old national bearing that was put in there in 2000 is still beautiful. Re-greased everything, threw it back together. Thought I could get it out of there. Nope. It squeaked, squeaked, squeaked as soon as I got it down the road a little bit. Goddamn ant on my phone. Them fuckers are back. Fuck. So, spent the night there and got up next morning. Started taking the left rear apart. Or right rear apart. Because that's what I thought the problem was. The right rear evidently hasn't been taken apart in a long time. And that's like a Dana 70 full locker or full floating, that's it, full floating rear axle. The goddamn thing, if you're gonna take that apart, you better know what the fuck you're doing. Because you gotta take the axle out and a few pieces out to get the hub off or the drum off. And when I took the drum off, everything that should have been on the backing plate was inside the drum, just kind of sitting there caked in this. I don't know what it was. It was like a mud with grease, and it's like the only thing left up in there is part of the wheel. The wheel cylinder. So I don't have all the parts. Didn't have all the parts with me to fix it. I got all the parts now that I'm home, I think. Except for the wheel cylinder. And I might even have a wheel cylinder rebuild kit around. Or just buy a new wheel cylinder. Then there's put it back together, took it for a ride, clank, clank, clank like it did before, so parked it because John thought it was coming from that one. Brought it back, parked it, got underneath it, went to grab on to the drive line to pull myself underneath it a little farther to see what was going on underneath it. And the drive line rattled in my hand, and I said, oh, center bearing. And I totally fuckered off that center bearing. Dropped the drive line. Had to do a heat and beat to get the bearing off because I didn't have the proper tools. Then once I got the sumbitch beat off a little bit, got enough fucking lip for the fucking puller to grab because I didn't have a bearing separator, but I used the puller, got it off there. Could only find 2 out of my 6 pullers, so no, 3. So, wow, TV got bright. So, I couldn't get the bearing back. Oh, to get the bearing, John and Cassie loaned me the Honda that's overheating, which I told them is a head gasket that's blown and it's blowing bubbles into the cooling system. And well, my oil doesn't show anything. I said, no, it's just a water jacket for now. If you get it now and fix it now, things will be good. So, they loaned me this little Honda. I zipped down to O'Reilly, the closest O'Reilly's. They don't have it, but the O'Reilly's up a ways has got it. So I go about another 4 miles up to the O'Reilly's up there. Their computer says they have it, but they can't find it anywhere. So they send me to another O'Reilly's, and this is getting to be like 8:30 at night. They close at 9. I got to get up to this next O'Reilly, so I fly up there, get it. On the way back, run into a fucking detour. Get back, and for some reason, this bearing just don't want to go on, Well, the thing is, this bearing was too goddamn big. It fit over where the bearing was supposed to get on. I was trying to put it up on the goddamn next piece. Yeah, I was tired. So after 4 days trying to get that sumbitch to get pressed on and all that, and finding out that there ain't no places left to press a bearing on in this fucking universe. Saturday, the one place in the area, their machinist hadn't come in. So Cassie wants to spend money to get me out of there. She wants me towed. So I end up getting towed out of there. I told her we could buy a bearing press for cheaper at Harbor Freight than the $380 it's going to cost to have me towed out of here. So they had me towed. They spent $380 on her credit card to get me out of there and back home. Because her neighbors were bitching about me being there, so fuck them. Oh, great, I spilled the water bottle all over my pants. Yeah, I'm not doing too good. I hurt like all hell. I slept in the truck for like 3 nights. Had tacos tonight. I got out there, but then I didn't bother them Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday about getting anything to eat because what's the fucking point? Then got home, did a lot of research, calling around, making calls, and found out that the only auto parts place that's got a machine shop is Napa. Then they send them up to 96th Street, and it's like, fuck that. The guy down below me that's got a speed shop does work. He don't have a press. The automotive shop down the road that Danny used to own before he died don't have a press. The couple down the road a little bit more on the other side don't have a press. Goddamn mosquito. Sorry, slapping a bug. But, damn. So, picked my brain a little bit, and then goddamn drive lines northwest down in Fife. What the fuck was I thinking? I've been past them a million fucking times. So I go down there and they tell me, yeah, this bearing's too big. They sold the wrong bearing. They sold me a bearing, put it on, greased the U-joints for, what was it, like $79. I'm happy. And I've been past the place a 500 million times. It's like the black powder fucking place for the with the moose statue on top. I've been past that a million fucking times, but I never did think about stopping there. But no, I do black powder shit, you know. So, truck's back together, it's running, it's been a hell of an adventure. But I've never had anybody spend that much money before to get rid of me, you know? I don't know whether to take it as an insult or take it personally, or I just don't feel like going back over there for a while. $380. What were they thinking? Okay, could have got the bearing press for about 175. It was on sale at Harbor Freight. Another 30 for the bearing, you know, $200 instead of damn near 400. But she told me her finances were none of my business, so okay, I was trying to save you a few. Pull a mosquito on my 5 head. Actually, you can show drive-in movies up here, home slides, home movies. Yes, it is a fucking projection screen. So, truck's fixed.